Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the shed. I am Lonnie. It is Monday morning, and if you watched the last video, we packed all this stuff together, and that is going out today. We do have some more stuff to pull. Actually, a little more to pull than I thought. I was actually talking to Candace this morning, and I was like, "Man, the Nutcracker sales sure have dried up, haven't they?" And this was like 10 minutes into the conversation. We didn't lead with that, but I'm like, "Man, we just aren't selling Nutcracker." She goes, "Oh, we have 3 that are going out on Etsy." I'm like, "Oh, really? I forgot to check Etsy over the weekend." But yeah, Etsy sold 3 Nutcrackers, so we do have those to pull. We also have some more eBay orders to pull first too. Want to get all the USPS stuff out. Make sure we take care of that first, but we got a nice head start here, so we shouldn't be packing more than 2 hours this morning, pulling and packing. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All right, first of all is a Star Wars comic strip thing. Got this pile here. We're looking for SW18. Should be almost to the end. 17, and this is 18 right here. Yep. Whoops. Uh-oh. Wait, I have some of these things. Okay, I gotta redo this. All right, sorry, y'all. The cover sheets kind of started falling out, so to make sure I kept those in order. All right, this guy sold for $24.99 plus shipping on top. I'll just take a quick glance. And yeah, it matches the one that we sold. To Echo, we sold some boots. Oh man. Oh, I thought they were on the very bottom. They're not. They're right here. These are probably not the smartest buy in the world. We thought they were going to be worth a little more because they're new at tags, but they're not. They're cheap, or inexpensive, I should say. These Magellan, I don't know what you call those, cold weather boots or something. I don't know what you call them, but we paid, I think, $5 for those and sold them for $18 plus shipping on top. So that's fine. That's a, that's a doable profit margin. We just thought they were going to be worth more like 30, 40 when we bought them. Okay, I went ahead and pulled one of these Sunday morning quarterback posters off of this shelf right here. Also, we sold, I'm just so happy with these Blade Runner books. If y'all didn't see, we bought about 4,000 comic books, 130 something manga books, and then yeah, that's it for $1,300. And these were in there. There were a couple of boxes that had like some magazines and stuff, and these were in one of the boxes, these Blade Runner books. So just a stack of Blade Runner books it should sell for $300. I think this is the 3rd one I'm shipping right now. That's interesting. We have 1, 2, 3 things that are like super flat and store real easy. I don't want to have all that kind of stuff in here, but I kind of like it because that stuff does not take up that much space. Okay, R24 Razor. This guy sold for $14.99 plus shipping on top. Then back here on 2 Bravo, behind the light kit, the light thing, we sold these 2 vintage trophies. Bowling trophies. We've had these for a pretty good while. I went on a kick where I was buying buying trophies and did okay on them. We don't have it's not like we have a ton around here or anything, but these are cool. These do have metal tops. The bowlers are metal. This middle part is plastic, and then the bottom is marble, of course. Got $19.99 plus shipping on top for those. Then on Etsy, we sold some Nutcrackers. One of them is Robin Hood. This guy I listed with defects. He's got some issues with his arrows, you see there. I don't know what else there was wrong on him. I'm not sure. That might have been it, actually. But yeah, I think we sold him for $100 plus shipping. I know, I'm way wrong. We sold him for $149.99 plus shipping on top on Etsy. And we have 2 more nutcrackers. Okay, 5 Charlie on the right. Sold a soldier, and okay, we got this guy with the binoculars that sold, and then I thought it was I think it might, oh, it is this guy right here. This dude. This guy. And these are both on the same order. This guy sold for $75. And then this guy sold for $60. So $135 for those, $150 for him. So $285 and nutcracker orders over the weekend, which is, you know, that's great. I didn't even know we sold any until I talked to Candace. Got 2 more things going out on eBay, but it's going to be UPS for sure. So I'm going to pack this stuff up first. All right. I did go to storage and pick these up this morning. This is a big old stack of Cigar Aficionado, and bought these at a garage sale for 6 months ago, maybe a little more. I don't really remember, but yeah, paid 20 for the whole stack. I priced it like well over 100 for a long time, no interest. I got an offer for 95, which was a good bit off the listing price, but because I'd had no interest, I was like, okay, I better take this because this might be my last chance to sell. I don't know, or it might be a long time. So sold these for $95 plus shipping on top. And then one more thing, we sold a Hunchback of Notre Dame figure that is hopefully up here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. Here we go. And it is the actual Hunchback himself. This is one of those reaction, I guess, I don't know if that's a repop or not. I don't know if these were ever made before. But this guy sold for $14.99 plus shipping on top. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday, second day of the video. Yesterday, I was focusing on comics again, which I'm going to have to do something else today because the comics, they aren't selling immediately, and I want to get some, I want to get a little different variety up. But I did get 17 listings up for $512, which that's pretty good. That's close. That's close on this top number anyways. This number is good enough. So we've now got, for the 2-week period, 114 listings for $3,387. Goal of 200 and goal of 5,000 there. So well on our way. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to list today. Because like I said, I don't want to focus on comics. Probably for maybe the rest of the week. I might just leave these up there and see how they do. These are the comic lots I've been working on here. As well as I've been listing quite a few things that I've been putting in this box and in this box over here. So I think I'm going to go to storage and get some more stuff. I have some video game stuff I've been meaning to list, and I'll see what else I can get into. But first, we do have to pull orders. Yesterday was not the best day. We'll just put it that way. We sold stuff on eBay and Mercari, though, yesterday. One Charlie, we sold a Herman Munster doll. I used to love it, man. When I was a kid, we used to watch all these shows, man. The Munsters, Gilligan's Island, Leave It to Beaver, Green Acre, like all those shows. I kind of miss watching some of those shows, but this show is really good. And this guy, it blew my mind years and years later, not too long before he died. he had one of his best roles, not this guy, but the guy that played him on oh man, one of the best movies ever. Oh my gosh. It's got Marissa Tomei in it. Okay, my mind is slipping. Hang on. Duh, My Cousin Vinny. He was played the judge in My Cousin Vinny, and he did it awesome. He was a great foil for Joe Pesci. So, oh, let's go ahead and pull some more orders. We sold some stickers. I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. The sticker box is getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Took an offer on these stickers for $13 plus shipping on top. And last eBay order is one of these Star Wars pre-production things, comics. And that guy, I took an offer of $20 on plus ship. Those back in there. Those are doing pretty decent. We do have one Macari order too. Okay, on Macari, we sold this vest. 4 deltas, I think. It might be in here. Actually, no, I think this is all dog clothes. Yeah, it is. All right, so we're looking for a puffer vest. This could take a minute. Let's see. Comfy vest? That sounds like it. I don't know if I called it. I think it is called. I think we did call it a comfy vest. I don't know why. Why would it be called that? Okay. It's pretty cool. It's this was some clothing that was we got from Kevin and Danielle. Let's see. Yep, that's it. This vest in here. This vest sold for $58 plus shipping on top. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff packed, and we'll see what else we get into today. It is pretty good bit later. It's well after lunch. Here's my listings. You can see I'm doing some lower dollar stuff for the most part today. Where am I at right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 up. I wanted to kind of shift gears, do some different stuff. Let me see what I've been listing here. So nothing too fancy or crazy. Some old computer stuff, 15, 25. A marine chrome dome light. It's kind of cool actually. New old stock, 30 bucks. Some alarm stuff here. Some Jimmy Swaggart sealed, brand new sealed 8-tracks. Water pressure regulator, a SNES controller, and then now I've been listing some power supplies. I have another one here. Good morning, everyone. It is day 3 of this vlog. Don't normally do that, and I just didn't feel like filming anymore yesterday. I wanted to just focus, and also I had to cut out early yesterday because of a band thing Molly was doing. But we didn't hit our daily listing goal, which is kind of loose. I mean, we can always make it up another day, but we've had 2 days like that of under 20. What you gonna do? So I got 16 fairly low cost items up for a total of $292 yesterday, and by Saturday the 28th, we want to have $5,000 and 200 listings. Both want to hit both of those targets, and we're currently at 130 listings and $3,679 in total money. So is it looking like we're going to hit it? I'd say easily, because we only have like about 1,300 to go, and if I include Saturday, we have 4 days to get there. So I don't think it's going to be hard to do at all. Now, I did yesterday, I switched up to some non-comic listings because I felt like I wasn't putting variety in the store. And what happens, but by the time I pull all the orders, most of these are going to be gone. So I'm gonna switch gears again and go back to listing comic lots. Having those sell, it really, like, that motivates me to go ahead and just go full bore with it, because I wasn't 100% sure. The way I'm putting the lots together is lazy, although if you wanted to, you could say time effective, because there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to the way these things are packed in these boxes. So my other option is to actually just pull them all out and, like, I guess lay them out on the benches, get both benches clear and organize and sort and whatnot, and would probably get more per book like that, but it would take like way more time. So I'm glad to see my random lots are selling, because I wasn't sure they would. There's a lot of cool books, but the same buyer doesn't necessarily want just the random lots I put together, if that makes sense. So sales day was better yesterday for sure than the previous day. The previous day we did like $75 in sales on eBay, and we had another sale on Mercari, but still it was like a crazy low day. And then yesterday the mobile app was down for a while. I know that for a fact. But yesterday didn't have any sales until like, I don't know, 3 o'clock or so in the afternoon. And then sales started coming in steady like I'm used to again. So I don't know what's going on with that. But it ended up being a pretty good sales day. Let's go ahead and pull some orders. Okay, first up, we sold one of these back here by the air conditioner. We sold one of these can cooler things, sling coolers with a koozie, little Zelda branded thing. This guy sold for $13.49. Now, I listed a bunch of video game stuff yesterday, just odds and ends that we had in a big old box. Sold this Super Nintendo controller for $14.99 plus shipping on top. Okay, we're gonna pull some comics. One Charlie, just right here, and Z7. Flip through here for a minute. This box is a little bit tight. It's a lot of Immortal Hulk books. 5 issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is these are some heavy books. This is a good thing to go in a Gemini comic mailer, probably. I'll see where it's going. But it is a candidate to go in a Gemini comic mailer and then slide that into a legal flat rate envelope. On 3 Delta, we sold a book, Tales of Quails and Such. Right here. There we go. This is a book we got from Kevin and Danielle, a collection of hunting and fishing stories. This sold for 13 something, yeah, $13.49. Usually when you see $13.49, that means the original price was $15, and then I probably sent 10% offers out. We sold CN5. Okay, it's actually right there on top. I thought I was gonna have to turn the camera off, but I don't have to dig the box out. Okay, this is a lot of 10 Conan the Destroyer. Is that the name of it? Let me look at it. Oh, Savage Sword of Conan. Those sold for $39.99 plus shipping on top. There's 10 comics in here. Those are big, like, magazine size comics. And in pocket 73, we sold a poodle, Topper Dawn poodle. Let's have 273s. We do. There's the poodle there. Took an offer on this little dog for $10 plus shipping on top. And on 2 Delta, I think this is another thing where I sent offers. Move that out the way. 2 Delta, we sold some more pantyhose, and on my way back here, I forgot the letter. Okay, I started talking, I forgot the damn letter. What's the letter, Candace? Bravo, 2 Delta dash Bravo. This is another thing I think that we sent offers on. I think these were $10 initially. Oh, we have more than one. So I better make sure the quantity's one. Yeah, sold these for $8.99 plus shipping on top. Yeah, quantity 1. Okay. Didn't realize this, but I actually sold another one. Okay, I got to get to this one, so I'll be right back. Okay, got that box down. This is going to a different buyer. This one sold for $35.99 plus shipping on top. Another 10% offer. And 2 Echo. I listed a bunch of 4 Nintendo 64 controllers. Didn't test them or anything. All of them have loose analog sticks. And I sold them all for cheap, $25 plus shipping on top for those. Then we've got one more big order that's probably going UPS. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all this stuff packed. Okay, got all those packed up. I decided I'm gonna go ahead and clear the deck because most of this stuff came in. I've got some more orders that came in pretty early this morning. So I'll go ahead and get them out. All right, this is one I'm after right here. This comic lot, Com 2, sold as well for probably a 10% offer, which that's good. I'm happy with $35.99 for those. Yeah, $35.99 plus shipping on top for that lot. And 5 Charlie left. Forgot what I'm looking for over here. It's this guy with Hofbrau. He's got a Hofbrau beer mug there. Or Stein. This guy sold for $60 plus shipping on top. I'm gonna get these 2 packed, and then we have one really big order, big heavy order. Okay, last order. I did clear the deck. So the last order we sold Com 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this whole stack, this stack is going out. I'm gonna get those down off camera, of course. Okay, got those comics all packed up. I did put those boxes y'all saw. I opened each one up because I just kind of placed the comics in. And I polybagged the stack of comics that was in each box, and then put a little paper around the edges to keep it from going back and forth and hitting like the sides of the box and damaging the comics. Then I put it back in the original smaller boxes like you saw on the shelves, and put those boxes inside of those. And it ended up being 74 pounds total. I think the one on the bottom has 4 in it, and it ended up being like 42 pounds. The one on top was 32 pounds, so 74 pounds. Total shipping was $36 and $28 for $64 total. Now the way I chose to do the shipping on these is because of the size. They can go they qualify for Ground Advantage cubic, and I priced it out to like California, and it was gonna be like Ground Advantage cubic, it's like $11 out to California, 12 something to Hawaii, and that's really kind of the worst it could get. You know, maybe on an island somewhere someone could order, and maybe it cost me an extra $1 or $2. But I did flat shipping at $12 a piece because I knew I could buy the cheaper postage on Pirate Ship. So this buyer did 7 orders, he paid $84, and I packed it like that, and I refunded 20 of it. So yeah, that worked out really good. And now, since we sold so many comics, with that's 7 there, and then I had my carrier just picked the other packages up just now. I was out there talking to her. Well, how many was that? Like 3 other comic orders. So that's 10 comic orders going out. That's enough motivation for me to go ahead and say I'm just going to list. I'm going to try and get 20 more comic lots listed today. That's going to be my goal for today for listing. And at some point, like, well, I got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday here. If I do 20, 20, 20, that's going to get me to 190. And I guess my goal then would be to maybe do an extra listing or 2 each one of these days, and then maybe do a couple on Saturday to finally hit that 200 goal. But I'm going to go ahead and set up and grind on these comic lots and watch some YouTube. Okay, just went to UPS and dropped off the 74 pounds of comics. On my way back, swung by storage. The rest of the comic books are all in the back of the truck because I'm planning on knocking a good portion of them out over the next well, today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I plan on knocking out a good chunk, maybe all of them. We'll see. Probably not all of them in that time frame though. It's probably going to take me a few more days. And then this is what I've listed so far of new comic lots. And yeah, it's super easy. I have a good method going, but it's still a little time consuming. So just a little time. It's not that bad. It probably takes me, I don't know, 20 minutes per lot or something like that. I don't know. I'm guessing. I am going to try. My goal is to make that look like 20 comic boxes, and I am going to be putting them all up here. So I've cleared off a bunch more space, of course, with the sales. Actually, 2 of those are already sold too. They're going out tomorrow. To end this video though, I did pull up 6 questions that I thought were pretty good and not too long. So let's go ahead and tackle these questions. Lost World video, it's like doing the ellipses. It's probably video games. Question, is there any concern about purchasing your shipping outside of eBay with no being covered by eBay in case of a lost package, etc.? No, because that's not, as far as I know, that's not actually a real thing. There's no difference. There's no difference in seller protection whether you bought your shipping on eBay or if you buy it at Pirate Ship or you buy it through PayPal or wherever you buy it from, ShipStation, whatever. It's still the same. It's still going to have the tracking, and they're looking for the tracking with delivered, right? That's what they're looking like. There are no additional safeguards you get by buying your postage through eBay. None at all. Nothing. So no, that is not a genuine concern that I think that anyone should have. Now, Mercari is different. If you use Mercari postage, you get, supposedly you get protection from them up to a certain dollar amount. But then again, if you don't want to use their shipping for some reason, then I guess you could be covered by your own insurance on the package or whatever. But we've sold about 100 things on Mercari so far, and we've had 0 issues with any of those sales. None. No issues whatsoever. So, knock on wood, I guess. Silvium 7216. How's your mobile internet service working? Great, I hope. We currently have Cox internet, and I'm getting tired of the constant breaks in service, especially during the middle of a good game, good show, or game. So we are using T-Mobile home internet, 5G home internet, and it's been awesome. I have had to reset the modem or whatever you call it, maybe like once a month. I've had to just like turn it off and on again and wait, 20 seconds, let it reboot or whatever. I've done that a couple of times, but otherwise, no, it's great. And we have a lot of devices, computers, iPads, Fire Sticks. Like, we always have plenty of devices hitting it. And no, it's been awesome. And it's only $50 a month. So yeah, now the only problem you could run into is if you're in a poor, it's going to depend on where you're, like, where you live in respect to the tower. We happen to live very close to a tower. So ours is great, but if there's probably like a ton of people that have poor coverage, that have different experience. But I can only relate our personal experience, and it's been awesome so far. William Peterson, 4416. Are you going garage sailing without Candace these 2 weekends? I am not. I decided that I was going to try and keep up with listing, shipping, of course. I don't have a choice. Videos. I wanted to keep all that stuff going as well as I could, or, you know, pretty close to normal. But then I was like, you know, doing that by myself and also sourcing, why not just take 2 weekends off? And it's been good because Molly has had a ton of band stuff lately. So lots of running her around, and like, we went to a concert last night that she was in, and we've been like super busy with Molly and school and band and stuff. So it's kind of working out, and we happen to have all this comic book inventory stuff. So I figured taking the 2 weekends off would be a good idea. Does that mean I'm for sure not going to go this weekend? I might hit a couple. We'll see. But mostly that was like what I'm giving up, because I felt like I needed the rest on the weekends. All right, Thrifty Nana Horton 9 something. There's ellipses again. Have you had less than 100% feedback? And if so, how has it affected your sales? Yeah, I mean, typically we've been pretty fortunate. Like the past month or two, we're at 100%. Before that, though, we had a negative, because the negatives sit there for like a year before they drop off. We had a negative, at least one negative for a year or more. Like, typically we're around 99.9, 99.8%, and I'm fine with that. How has it affected sales? I can't say definitively whether it affects sales or not to have a negative or two. I don't think it does, but I also don't have any numbers. I don't like to theorize about things I don't actually have proof of. But if you ask me if I thought it mattered, I would say probably no. Now, me personally, I hate to project how I feel on all shoppers. Me personally, though, if I'm buying from like a fairly big seller that has like a lot of feedback, like let's say, like it changes based on the number of feedback too. Like if I'm buying from like a company or a seller that has, you know, 100,000 feedback, and if their feedback is less than like 99.5%, then I'm going to click in and see what people are saying. That's kind of my, like 99.5 and up, I usually won't even look at. But under 99.5, it doesn't mean I'm not going to buy from them, but I'm going to take a look. And I'm going to see if they're like recurring feedback themes that are happening. You know, counterfeit, didn't ship for a week. You know, if there's a bunch of people saying the same things, then maybe I'll look for another seller. Maybe not. And then if you're dealing with a small seller with low feedback, when I say small, maybe they got a couple hundred feedback, and they, you know, the past year they've only gotten, you know, 20 feedback. So they're like a real casual seller, and let's say their feedback's sitting at 95%. Well, for somebody that doesn't sell a lot, that could be literally one unreasonable negative feedback. And I would look at that and like, oh, okay, I understand. I feel comfortable still buying from them. So, but it's all very case specific. But we usually, I'm gonna knock on wood again, because we're at 100%. We usually do sit around 99.9, 99.8. It's fairly common to have at least one negative in the past year. Also, if you use a global shipping program, received a return, and customer left you negative feedback. How did you handle the situation? Global shipping program, or eBay international shipping is what it's called now. You're not supposed to receive a return if you use that service. You should not receive a return. They once somebody says they want to once they try and process a return or an INAT or got broken or whatever, you send that over. You know, I've always just like got on the phone with eBay and said, hey, there's an issue with this sale. You know, there's even been mix-ups where they sent them the wrong thing. They sent them somebody else's item instead of the one I sent. I've had that happen a couple of times. I just refer that over to, I get eBay to refer that over to that team, and then I'm done. I mean, you should not ever be receiving items back from eBay International Shipping. They handle all that, or global shipping program, like it used to be called. eBay handles all that stuff, and you should never have to touch that product again, as far as I know. I've never actually gotten a return like that. I've never had a customer leave negative feedback for a global shipping program purchase. So I can't answer the second part there. Zulok, I think that's how you say that. Is there a reason resellers don't prepackage items and label them accordingly? I feel like this should be part of the listing process to reduce time during the shipping phase. Yeah, the number one reason for me, I have a couple of reasons I wouldn't do it. Number one, if y'all notice, like if this is the volume of this box right here, is the volume of the items whenever I just pull them off the shelf and put them on the bench, then once I pack them, the volume of those items is probably going to be 4 times bigger than the items themselves once they're packed. You know, like usually, like I shipped a little poodle, I think, was that today or yesterday? Just a little like this stuff in here. A lot of this stuff in here, it starts off being like this big, and if I choose to use a box, it's going to end up being, whenever I go to ship it, and I use a little, you know, one of these little light boxes like this, it's going to be this big. How many? That's like what? I don't even know. That's, what is that, 1,000 times bigger? You know, so then if we pre-packaged all these little things in boxes, that would take up that would probably take up all that space on top of that shelf. So I think, you know, and that's probably an extreme example there. A lot of other stuff wouldn't take up quite that much space, but man, do you know how much space, like if I just pre-packed all the nutcrackers, do you know how much space that would take up? It would be ridiculous. We wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't want to store that stuff like that. So, and another reason, and I can use the nutcrackers as another example, or even a lot of this stuff, quite often we have people that order more than one thing. And in that case, you're probably going to be like unboxing one of the items, unboxing both items, using another box, and then repacking them again. So now you pack both of those things twice. So, I mean, I'm not saying I would never pre-pack anything, because there might be some occasions where it would make sense. But in general, no, I don't think it makes sense. Hell, Amazon doesn't pre-pack stuff. You know, there's a reason they don't. So, yeah, I mean, they pack it when it's ordered. I understand what you're saying. It would be nice, I guess, if you know, when you go to pull, but man, it would make listing really crappy, wouldn't it? And there's also a chance a lot of this stuff, not a lot, but some amount of this stuff is never going to sell. You know, like I hope all of it sells, but some of this stuff was never going to sell. And any of that stuff that you pre-packed, all that was wasted time, wasted effort, wasted packing materials for no reason, and storage space for something that was never going to sell. So I'm not saying I would never do it, but I would say usually it doesn't make sense. At 625 Jeffrey, Lonnie, do you ever list items with the top rated seller plus badge or no? Yes, most of our items now, maybe a couple of months now, we decided to go ahead and start doing it. I was like, Candace, you know, I think we should try and do free, because what was stopping us from having top rated seller plus badge on all of our listings was the fact that we weren't doing free returns where we pay return shipping. Doesn't matter the reason, people are going to return stuff, right? And that was what our hang up was we didn't want to do free returns, because if you really think about free returns and you're like, what if everyone returns everything? That would be a nightmare, and it would, but it doesn't happen. The truth is, so far, more wood knocking. I haven't seen an increase in returns. We still get very few. We get maybe a couple a month. It's not a big deal, and we get 10% savings on our final value fees, which more than makes up for any return shipping we've had to pay. And usually that return shipping that you're paying on the free returns, you would have paid anyway, because a lot of times people are going to do an INAD or whatever, which is like a defect in your account. And this way, when you do free returns, people don't feel the need to lie about the reason. So yeah, just about all of our items now do have top rated seller plus badge. So I am going to go ahead and sign off, edit this video, and then get my other 16 comic lots packed, hopefully. But y'all will find out if I was successful with finishing that in the next video. I probably am going to have to burn a little midnight oil today. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see y'all again very soon. Bye, y'all.